the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm Chuck Leonard, and how you guys doing? All right. The guy says great. Okay. Hey, Michael's on the board today. Let's go easy on him, okay? Let's go ahead and bring in our next guest, Michael, Supervisor Buddy Mendes. Hello, buddy.
Hey,
how are
Chuck,
you?
how are
Nice
you?
to see you. Hey, buddy, you know what kind of bagel flies?
No,
A plain bagel. Yeah, get it?
Hey, I got a pizza joke for you.
Oh, you do?
Chuck.
Go ahead. Let me hear a pizza joke.
I can't tell you. It's too cheesy.
You politicians and your jokes. Oh my God. Supervisor of what's your area?
My area goes from San Benito County through Coalinga all the way to Orange Cove, and I don't have any part of the city of Fresno.
Wait a minute. San Benito to Orange Cove?
Yes.
What kind of area is that?
Yes.
Who made that district?
I don't know. Somebody did in the county many years ago. That district's actually been the same for many, many years.
How many people in your area?
Each district has roughly about 200,000.
Okay.
Yeah. They're
Now,
all population-wise, they're even.
You're a farmer
Yes.
and now a supervisor. Did you hold any office before this?
I was on a school board for 20 years, and I was also on Riverdale's unincorporated, and they have a utility district
Okay.
that does the water, sewer, lighting. We have our own fire district.
You know
I was
who
on
else?
that
You know
board
who else
18
started
years.
out in the educational world of politics? The illustrious President Jimmy Carter.
Oh.
Yeah, he started out in Atlanta's school district.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and his big thing was the thing that really took him to the top and made people really talk about him was in the 1950s. He was in the school district there, and they were going to get new typewriters for the school. And he's like, well, what do we do with the old typewriters? And they're like, we just get rid of them. And he says, well, why don't we give them to the black kids at the black schools? And that was huge back then. And Jimmy Carter stood up and did the right thing.
Yeah, I thought he was in the Navy. You know, he was commanded a nuclear submarine, I believe. Yeah.
He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for.
Right.
The only president to win the Nobel Peace Prize out of office.
He's went downhill since he left office, though, I feel.
Oh, no, buddy.
Come on, Jack.
Come on. He's a fellow farmer. Be nice to the guy.
Yeah, but he farms peanuts.
Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up around Riverdale.
In Riverdale.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you go to school. Did you always want to be a farmer? Was it your family?
Pretty much. I actually lived in the Bay Area. Our family was in the dairy business, and they had a creamery in Hayward. And we lived up there for about 10 years. I went to junior high and high school in Fremont.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you come back after school, and you're just going to be a farmer. What do you farm?
I farm Pima cotton, upland cotton, pistachios, and wheat.
Wow, how many acres?
We farm about 1,800 acres.
Wow.
I have 3 boys, so they're between 30 and 35, and 2 of them work directly.
Between 30 and 35, three of them.
3 of them.
Okay, you were busy for a while, weren't you?
Hey.
now, so at what point do you think, the farm's going pretty good, the boys are running, and I'm going to get into politics?
I didn't think about it too much. Always been around the supervisors, from my area. Knew Judy, her old time, Tom Perch. Vern Conrad was a friend of my father-in-law's and knew him well. And she called me up one day and says, hey, I'm going to retire. I'm going to go public with it. I think you've helped me a lot over the years and helped Vernon. I think you can do a good job, and I think you should do it. And I helped a lot of politicians, and that was the toughest
What do you mean helped? Contributed?
No, yeah, and talk, go around helping them. Devin Nunes,
I know
David Valadeo, Danny Gilmore.
Tell me how it was campaigning, because that's a different deal.
Yeah, it's an interesting deal. There's fun elements to it, but it gets it's a long process, tiring process.
Who were you running against?
Ended up running against there was 5 people in the primary, and I came within about 125 votes of closing it out and winning.
In the primary?
Right, and then ended up running against Danny Parra from Fowler.
Okay.
In the final.
Right. And so how long have you been holding office?
Since January.
Okay. What were some of the big issues that you saw in the district coming in?
Well, I think it's countywide. I think the biggest districts, the groundwater, and this was before the groundwater state, law was passed. Actually, that was passed towards the end of last year. So that was before that. The water was going to be the biggest deal, whether it be surface water or groundwater. Those were the biggest issues.
And being a farmer, water's pretty important to you.
Hey, it's important to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are you doing about it?
Well, trying to get, the irrigation districts and the cities together to work on this groundwater stabilization deal. We're going to have to form. I don't want to get out in the weeds because I'm finding that if I don't talk to irrigation district managers, city managers, and people like that, there are people like, huh? What are you talking about? But we're going to form, in the Kings Basin, it's a pretty big basin, we'll probably form 4 GSAs to monitor and to figure out, how we're going to equalize and make it sustainable. Mm-hmm. And then there'll probably be a joint powers.
Do you have any ideas on that right now?
Oh, got all kinds.
What kind of ideas you got for sustaining the water?
Well, we need to capture the water that comes. See, a normal year is actually not normal, believe it or not, because a normal year is statistics.
Okay, talk about that.
Yeah, so we either get way too much rain or no rain,
and we don't know how to contain it.
Right, and we can't contain it. I think on an average year, if you average it all out, about 500,000 acre-feet of the Kings River ends up in the ocean, and that water all needs to stay here, and we have to figure out how to keep it here.
Okay, fair enough. Now, what other issues are in your area?
Well, there's roads in my district's actually a big deal. Fresno County, believe it or not, has the most roads of any county in the state of California.
Wow.
And the 4th district has the most roads in Fresno County. So my district has the most roads of any supervisor district in the state of California.
And what's the condition of those roads?
Crappy.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the major ones, I would use the word, are fair. Mm-hmm. Some of the secondary roads are in pretty bad shape. The county's, actually, the deferred maintenance on the roads in the county is behind the 8 ball, about $750 million.
Wow.
So there's no way we're going to, in our lifetime, get it back there. Because, people don't realize that. They think, okay, the county's got money, this and that. But one of the pitfalls it started with Proposition 13. Your tax money, for your property tax, all your tax money actually goes to the state and then comes back. Mm-hmm. And the state in Fresno County only gets about 13% of the money back. So the schools actually get 20.
Wow. But
the county has to go collect the money. So, between Paul Dictos and Vicki Crow's office, that's how the money is collected. So we're the collectors. We're like the street goombas in a organized crime family.
Yeah, busted knuckles, huh?
Yeah, we only get 13% of it. See? Right. So it's kind of,
Now, going forward in your area, what are you going to be doing?
Well, try to get these roads, the important ones worked on. Water is by far right now the biggest thing out there, and that's probably the biggest thing. Make sure our property tax is fair and equitable, and Paul does his job, which Paul's a lot of people don't like him in the ag sector or assessor, but the man's very
why don't they like him in the ag sector?
I think.
You trying to take away your water?
No, but okay, say you like your house, you've got property, you own a house, right? Okay, you get one sheet that says this is what the county's going to charge you for next year. I don't know if you pay attention to that.
Okay.
Chuck, do you pay attention to that?
Of course.
Okay. So you get your
I'm going to
deal.
say yes.
Yeah, okay. But like a farmer, if you own multi-parcels and you get multiple paperwork, and then you've got to, which a house you don't, because you got to get a permit if you're going to do something so they know you did it. Mm-hmm. But on if you change crops, how you actually farm it, though you get paperwork every year and you have to fill it out and send it back to them. So I think a lot of people think that it's just more regulation and more, it's like anything else. You make somebody do something, you're hassling them, right? You know that concept?
No, I've heard it before.
Yeah.
Now, how long? Much longer in your term?
3 years. 3.5 years.
After that, are you going to go for another one?
Probably so.
Yeah, and then after that, that's it, right?
I don't know. I'll be 68. I'll have to decide what the heck I'm going to do.
All right. It's always good.
Okay.
Buddy Mendes,
Right.
everybody. Thanks, buddy, for coming
Okay.
by. Hey, you sit right there. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break, everybody. When we come back, live local music from Matthew Embry. You can yodel?